Hi everybody, welcome to Thursday with me, Jill Lancet. How are you? How's everybody going? I hope you've had a great week. I hope your weekend was great, and I hope you've got another one coming up. Now, I haven't got a card for you to see. I've been very, very busy. I've got heaps of things going on, and I've been busting to share this little technique with you all. And you all know that I had, cleaned out some drawers and things, and I found some stuff, and things I'd forgotten about. I mean, crikey, how many times have you forgotten about something and you find it in a drawer? Sometimes you can't even remember what it was for, but this I remember. Now I bought these, I think, at a craft show years ago. I don't even know what they're called. That is foam rubber on a plastic block. I tried to find them online so that I could tell you guys where to buy one if you wanted to buy one. Stampin' Up! Don't sell them. So this one here is a wooden block, and it's just got that fun foam on it as well. Now you can see this one is a bit thicker than the other one, the foam I mean. And I thought I'll just tell you guys where you can pick one up. I couldn't find one because I don't know what it's called. If you know what it's called, yeah, put it in the comments, please, so everybody else can. But in the meantime, you know I'm a bit of a do-it-yourself kind of gal. So I made one, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Now, I'm going to pop these two away because it's a moot point because I don't know where to get them from. But I made myself one, and it's just 3 layers of fun foam with self-adhesive sticky paper in between. So I've got one here. I'm going to show you how to make it. This one's actually going to be four deep because that was a little bit too narrow to hang on to. So this is before we even get to the card. We're going to use this to make the card, but I needed to show you how to make it. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces of fun foam. It can be any color you like. I just made them all the same size. I kind of made this square one, and then I thought, oh, I've got a bit of left over. I might see how I can get this out of there. So I've got some double-sided jack paper, double-sided adhesive paper, whatever you want to call it. And we're actually going to pop that on there, and we're going to layer that like a cake. So in case you're wondering why we're doing all of this, crikey, I'm going to be here for 2 hours now. This is another way of sponging ink on, and I found this to be actually better than rubbing an ink pad over, and I'm going to show you. So there's the sticky stuff exposed. Okay, I'm just going to line it up here. I think it might be just a smidge smaller than the actual foam. This is not the sticky end, this is the sticky end. So I'm putting the non-sticky end, I'm lining that up. This is a good way to do with these things when you know they're going to stick. And then you just lay that sticky bit down and pull this bit out. Okay, so we've got this bit of sticky on here. We're probably not going to use all of this. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the release paper off this side, hopefully, she says. Look at that. Okay, so I've taken the paper off. That's the sticky. I'm going to line it up with the second piece. Okay, it's probably the easiest way to do it, is to just line it up like that. I'm going to press down on the exposed sticky stuff and pull the release paper away. So I've got this. Look, it doesn't have to be neat, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to do the job. So there's 2 stuck together. So I'm going to do the same thing. I've got another piece of the double-sided adhesive paper. Oh, look, dear, oh dear. I could have probably already done half of it, but I wanted to show you exactly how it came about. Okay, so there's the exposed sticky stuff. I'm going to lay this on here, and I'm going to line it up down here, and I'm going to press down where the sticky stuff is and pull the release paper off. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Now you can leave that one on, that'll give it that a bit of extra strength, and we can turn it over and do it on this side, okay? Oh, hang on. Hold your horses, Sonny. Right, let's have a look. Hang on. Okay, sticky stuff on there. I'm going to line it up down here. Now you can always trim any, if it goes over, don't worry, you can always trim it off, okay? So now we will peel this bit off and put another layer of the foam on. So we'll do it in reverse. So we'll peel that off and we'll line this up down the bottom here. Sorry, that's my bangles, my bracelets. And stick that down, and we'll just peel off the rest of the release paper. So that is three layers. So I'm going to do one more layer, okay? I'm going to do one more layer. So I'm going to, this is actually taking less time than it took me to work out how to make it. So if you're thinking this, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Well, yeah. Hang on, I think we've got to go this way. Yep, we do. So let me just pop this on here, exactly the same way. And I'll show you a little trick. I'll show you another little trick, because this in and of itself is a trick, and it's a good one. Okay, so we'll take that release paper off there. We have one more layer to go. Now, at this point, I've got that on the other side, okay? So I'm just going to peel this off the other side of the release paper if I can. Here we go, here we go. And I'm going to line that up. Look, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's effectively just going to end up being a block of foam. Now, I don't have fun foam this thick, so this is the next best thing. Now, I've got all of these. I'm going to give them a good press. This is going to help it stay rigid. Now, it's quite sticky on there, so you can take your embossing buddy and just powder that, basically. Just powder that, and that will help it not be so sticky. But there we go. So I've got this block, and I've got this other one. Now, this one does not have that paper on the back of it, and it works fine. So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You don't have to do that. You don't have to leave that on there. But it does give it a bit of rigidity. Is that a word? Rigidity. Rigidness? I don't know. You know what I mean. So I've got those two now, and they are homemade replicas of these. Again, they're just, this one's a plastic block, this one's a wooden block. Got them years ago at the craft show and found them the other day. That's just a recap. So we've made some ourselves, okay? So now we are going to do some embossing slash, I don't know what you'd call it. What would you call it? Printing? Printing. But I like this process better, because I found when I was doing direct ink to embossing folder, especially if there were big gaps in the embossing folder, sometimes the corners would make big blobs of ink. This way they don't, and I'm going to show you this way. Now, the first thing you need to do is figure out which side you want. Now this is called, oh gosh, what's this called? It'll be in the details because I forgot. It's beautiful, like a Moroccan tile sort of, you know, quatrefoil. I don't know if it's still in stock. Let me have a look. Hang on. Hold your horses, honey. It could well be moved to an online exclusive. Let me just have a look. Where are embossing folders, do you reckon? Let me have a look in the index. Probably should have done that first. Hey, page 129. Crikey. Okay, could be on the oh, there it is, number 7, distressed tile 3D on page 129. Distressed tile 3D embossing folder. I will put the details below, but it just makes me think of Morocco. I've never been to Morocco, mind you. Okay, so I've cut out some card fronts, and I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do 2 to show you which way you would prefer. Okay, so have a look at your Stampin' Up! Embossing folder, or indeed any embossing folder. Usually it's got something on one side. So you need to remember which side you did this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up this side. That's the side with the embossing, the Stampin' Up! Logo on it, okay? And I'm doing this in Lost Lagoon. Now, I'm going to use the big square one, and all I'm doing is just rubbing some ink onto this square foam. Now, this will wash off, okay? This will wash off. So I'm just going to go over this, and it's quite a soft look. It's quite a really soft look. In fact, it's so soft, I can't even see it. Oh no, that wasn't for this technique. Yeah, no, this was ink direct, right? Ink direct. Okay, so we'll do that first. Sorry, guys. Now I want to pop my piece of paper in there. I'm just going to make sure that it's inked all the way. So this is actually easy with this small design, but I'm going to show you another way to do this. So you can see that's all inked up, okay? So we want to put that in there like that. I'm going to close that up. I'm going to run that through my embossing machine. So just bear with me while I just do that. It won't take a second. Okay. Let's have a look. So that was with inking directly with the ink pad onto the back of the logo side. Now you can see that it's printed that, and it's printed it into the deboss side. So whatever's been inked has pressed into the cardstock, okay? So there is that finish, okay? So now the other one I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around and have the back panel be the piece that is featured. So I'm just going to put this in here and run it through again. So just bear with me for 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, hang on, hold your horses. Now, it was important for me to do that in front of you so that you know the difference between the two sides. So this is debossed, even though it is embossed, we have inked so that the deboss will be inked, the background will be inked. This one we have the other way around. Now this is where this technique comes in, okay? So you see you've got lots of spaces where in the embossing folder it's part of the design. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to ink this up with the Lost Lagoon, and this is where those harsh lines shouldn't happen. Like if I went like that, if I tilted this, I would accidentally get those areas there. So with this one, because we're only inking in the middle, we're going to be skimming across this, and I'm just going to show you that I like it better. I think it turns out much better, and it's meant to look distressed, so yeah, don't worry about that. So when you get to that point, you can see if there's any left on it, and you can ink it again. Now I tend to stay towards the middle of this thing, because that way I haven't got any harsh I haven't got any harsh corners of ink pads and stuff like that. So there is that one there. So this is the debossed side. We inked the embossing folder, and this is the opposite side. Now if I wanted to do the other side with that, I can. So it will be this side as well. So I'm going to do both of them just to show you the difference, okay? So I'm going to ink this up, just put some ink in the middle there, and I'm very carefully going to skim that over the surface, okay? So it gives you the same effect, but it's just a lot smoother. Ignore that bit because I didn't clean the embossing folder. So yeah, ignore that. So if you have trouble with ink pad direct to paper, this is a softer version of it. I think it's just easier than the ink pads, to be honest. Now it's meant to be distressed, so yep. But I really like all of them. That's very distressed. So yeah, let's make a card. I'm only gonna make one card. So that's how you make that. That will rinse off. That ink will just rinse off. You can use this until it falls apart. But I do think this paper on the back side of it, don't get that wet. But yeah, I think that gives it a bit of strength. So anyway, that's a technique you can try. But isn't that gorgeous? I love that. In fact, I love both of them. Don't know which one I like the best. But anyway, we're going to make a card. So what I've done is I have cut out, I think this is mat 1, this is mat 2, in whatever country you're in. And we need a card base. So whatever your card base is, we're just going to put that on there. We're not putting it on there yet. We're just having a look at this. Oh, very dramatic music. Hang on. And I want to do some stamping as well. So I've got some stamps here. I've also got Pretty Peacock. We're going to do some die cutting. So let's do the stamping first and get this card underway, shall we? So I've got this from the Regal FLORA. I've been saying it wrong. Regal FLORA. I've been saying Regal Floral, and it's not. It's not. So I've got that. I've got the stamps and the dies from there. Where did I get the message from? The message is from the, oh boy. Oh, here it is. thinking of you, and this leaf here, and there's another smaller die that goes with a stamp. But yeah, that's where I got those from. All the details will be below. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on a block. Just bear with me. Going to pop that on a block and ink this up in the Pretty Peacock. So it's kind of like a monochromatic card. It's just various shades of Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to stamp that on this scrap of basic white. Oh gosh, look at that. How gorgeous is that? All that shading built into the stamp. So I want one of those. I want two of the smaller one. So I'm just going to ink that up. I might do these in Lost Lagoon just for a bit of contrast. So let's have a look at that. Now I'm going to cut these out with the die, so I need to make a bit of room between each of them. So there we go. I love this stamp set. Oh, look at that. So you've got these two tones happening. So, oh, do I do one in Pretty? I think we might do the next one in Pretty Peacock. I'm not even going to clean it because Lost Lagoon is just a lighter shade. So I'm going to do it in Pretty Peacock. There we go. Let's have a look. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, I want to stamp a greeting. I'm going to do that in Pretty Peacock. I wanted to line it up inside this deckled rectangle. I do believe it is the second smallest one. And the greeting is thinking of you. A very, very handy generic greeting. Covers a whole pile of celebrations, birthdays, you know, sad ones, happy ones, all of that. So we're going to pop that in the middle there, or thereabouts, because we're going to cut that out. I've got my little beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. So now we want to cut this out. We want to cut that out. I've got some tape here, and hang on, haven't quite cut the tape. So I'm going to pop that one on there like that, and they're fairly easy to line up, the dies, so I'm not right over the top of it, but I'm pretty sure that's close enough. Close enough. Near enough is good enough. In this respect, I am going to cut this one here out. Now there's two little holes down there, and if you can see the stem, you know, you're pretty on target there. So yep, that's going down like that. I'm going to do some gold. I've already done one, and it had some self-adhesive paper on the back of it. So I've done one. I've got another two to go here, and we'll get this underway. So just bear with me while I get my little mini die cut machine. Now these two are from the Friends for Life set, and I think they're beautiful, especially in gold. I think they're just gorgeous in the gold. So I'm going to pop those over there for the minute. And oh crikey. Right, get all this stuff off here. This is why my desk is always messy. So we're going to put this one in here first. That will take 2 seconds to cut through. And then we have our greeting. And I can cut this one while I'm here. Let's just check that it's lined up, shall we? It's pretty good. That looks good to me. What do you reckon? Yep, Oh, get off there. Right, hang on a sec. Pop this one through. And then I've got one more set of leaves to do. And that is this small one here. So we'll pop that out. And I'll line this one up. This one is going to be the Lost Lagoon one. And there we go. Okay, let's have a look. So just remember that little foam trick. If you do have issues with, you know, direct ink to paper, that is also a good, costs you pretty much nothing if you've got fun foam around. Now look, I'm going to show you something else as well. Now it might not work because this has got holes in it, cut in it, but I'm just going to get a piece of paper. You can actually, you know, make some texture on your cards, on your paper, with whatever ink is left on there. So yeah, I could have coloured those in with that. But you just keep inking it up. So it's like a, let's just call it a different kind of brushing or sponge dauber, just a different kind of method of getting colour, i.e. ink, onto your cardstock. So yeah, we've got everything now. So let's put this together, okay? So here's one of them. It's a solid, it cuts out a solid leaf in the beautiful gold. Isn't it gorgeous? Here are the other two. This one, the protective paper's already come off it, so it's already sticky. We'll just leave that there, I think. Okay, so let's have a look. I've got my card here. I'm not going to put a greeting inside because thinking of you, I can leave that until I'm ready for whatever occasion it is. Now I want to pop this up here. I want to have some of these going around this. I want some of the gold going around it as well. I might even have one of the big gold ones behind it and raise it up. Let's have a look. Let's just have a little look here. So take off the protective paper. And why did I choose such a hard thing? Why did I choose this when I'm, oh gosh. Oh, there we go. That was easy actually. All right, so where am I going to pop this? So let's pop it up there like that. Let's have this. Now it's not the whole leaf, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be hidden by this greeting for the majority part of it. So let's try that. I'm sorry, but this is another one of those, haven't quite thought this through yet. So that can go on there like that. And you might be wondering, why have I picked gold? Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Here's the other one. The sticky paper's already come off that as well. We might pop this one coming down like that. What do you think? Let's have it coming over a little bit further. Okay, I like that. Not putting too much thought into this, by the way. We might pop this up. There's a bit of sticky stuff on that. Let me just get that off there. So I might actually glue that onto there. And maybe glue that one onto there. And have the other two coming from underneath. Yep, that looks okay. Oh boy, now we're cooking with gas. Let's just pop a bit of glue on there, like that. Hope that it lands where I want it to land. Look at that, gorgeous. And we'll pop this one on here like that. Yep, so we want some glue on here. You know, putting the double-sided adhesive stuff on the back of those made it even quicker. There we go. We've got you on there like that. Let's have a look how we're going. Thinking of you. And we might have this one coming out like that, and maybe this one. Let's have a look. Hang on. Hold your horses, honey. Hold your horses. Oh, if I could pick it up, it'd be easy. Crikey. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I think we're getting there now. I think we're on the right track. Now, I also want to put some of that gorgeous ribbon. So let me just pop this one down in the position that I want it. So I kind of want that to be going like that. It's going to sort of, yep, that looks good. And this one here, we might actually stick to the back of this one, just so that I know exactly where I'm putting it. Okay, so there we go. We'll just pop a little bit of glue on here. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, crikey. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was a bit afraid to do that for that very reason. Okay. Let's have a look. Take a bit of that off. And we'll stick that going around like that. I think just like that.